Before we get into the subject of today's video, I wanted to clear up something I brought up in yesterday's video and used as the bulk of the thumbnail for yesterday's video because seriously the picture is insane. Sahar Tabar did have plastic surgery. There is no doubt of it. She admitted it herself in the videos that are now deleted off her Instagram account, which no longer exists, for reasons I've yet to understand. In a video, which I can't translate because I don't speak that particular brand of foreign, she mentioned that she thought it was funny, so she felt that it was a way of expressing herself as a kind of art. This is also supported by the fact a number of her images are heavily photoshopped, which her fans also noticed when they were busy calling her a corpse bride. Again, also supported by the fact that there are pictures of her in a more natural state, where you can see the plastic surgery, but it is nowhere near as enhanced or distorted as the pictures that she was well known for putting on her social media. She's arrested and currently being held for crimes that are utterly nonsensical. Some other rather disturbing facts about Sahar Tabar would include the fact that while she has claimed to have gone under the knife about 50 times within the space of a few months, she was also reported to have gone on such a strict diet her weight went down to 40 kilograms, which is about 88 pounds, quite small for anyone. To go back to her crimes, she's detained on orders of Tehran's guidance court, which deals with what are more commonly known as cultural, social and moral corruption crimes, which are all utterly, earlier stated, nonsensical, with the charges being obviously blasphemy, inciting violence, gaining income through inappropriate means and encouraging youths to corruption, because of her somewhat more modern approach to makeup and, of course, her not being as balls to the wall with her faith that is quite heavily endorsed, encouraged, imposed, accepted within Iran. A curiosity I had for a while about this was how was she able to post to Instagram? Well, it turns out the answer is simple, as Facebook, Twitter and Telegram Messenger are all officially banned in Iran. Instagram is okay, and it should also be noted, cosmetic surgery is hugely popular within the Islamic Republic, with tens of thousands of operations taking place each year. We must, after all, get some reflection perfection on the only part of a woman's body you're allowed to see. Ish. Maybe. Kinda. I thought I would update this a little bit from yesterday because I wasn't as clear as I should have been. For that I'm very sorry. Before we get into another subject, I thought I'd also take the opportunity to mention, tonight, 7:30 PM GMT, I'm going to stream over on Twitch. And there is a new video over on the Moistonia Live channel, 22 days till Brexit. Link to both down below. So I figured what I would do for the remainder of this video, as we've gone with one person who does like plastic surgery, is talk about another one. For this, we're going to have to insert somebody into the discussion that I could easily do a content constable on, but won't, because there are levels of crazy I can't be bothered with. So instead, I'm going to talk about a recent incident with them, because the outrage that has come from it, to me, is fascinating. And I have to say from the offset, I agree with Ariel Scarcella when she said that this particular person and their therapist would be the only people that could confirm something. So onto the fresh kind of crazy, we have to introduce Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas is absolutely 100% insane, but I have to give her credit. It takes a considerable amount of balls to do what she has done on YouTube for years and stay semi-relevant, if not because she has a music career, if not because she also does, I think, adult content. Images I saw because of Keemstar. I hate you, Keemstar. I will never forgive you for that. Those scars confuse me. Not going to judge though, because honestly, it seriously does take some balls to be able to do what she has done over the years she's been on social media. She has used it not only to vent, but to get things off her chest, which you have to admire because she's honest. Granted, she's wrong a lot of the time, but she is honest. Her meltdowns are legendary. She helped popularize the mukbang, with the bigger people, that is. She is not ashamed to take a shortcut, but willing to put in the work sometimes to maintain what she has then given herself. considering her level of success and the fact that she for the most part owns it, the insanity that is, I can't fault her. But what she has said recently has gotten people up in arms, and for this we need some context. You are all familiar with the term listen and believe. This is a concept where someone says something and you just believe them. I don't. I take the stance of, right, you've made a claim, now prove it. I stand by this because I'm a really rubbish skeptic clone. If I was a good one already, I'd live in a bigger basement. But the overarching point is the majority of a certain type of people promote listen and believe. Now this listen and believe has many contexts, but it is key when someone says they identify something, you respect it. So we have to, for this, insert Trish Paytas, who says trans. She thinks she might be trans. I'm going to link the video she talked about it down below. I would highly recommend watching the whole thing. Now, I watched it, and the first thought that came into my head was, did you just compare schizophrenia to non-binary? Along with, you are quite possibly one of the best trolls to exist on all of YouTube. Because I couldn't tell if you were trolling or not, because of some of the points you made about hair and names, I found to be quite, well, vexing. Arbitrary points even. Many on social media went nuts, some saying, if you identify as male, why did you spend all that money getting implants? To which some replied, why would any trans woman keep a beard? Yeah, you can see how the conversation devolves really fast. For me, when I heard about this and was scrolling through all the incensed tweets of people getting super triggered that Trisha Paytas, so desperate for attention as many believe, and rightly so, says she's trans, people pounce on it and say, no, you're not trans. Many of those people are the same people that would promote listen and believe. The same people, many of whom had their own pronouns in their Twitter bios. Yeah, I was scrolling through this for a while. The hypocrisy was astonishing. If you are going to promote an idea of listen and believe, and Trisha Paytas says she's trans, you respect it. By reeing about it, you are confirming the belief that you are not as tolerant or inclusive as you think. If she's trolling, let her own the troll, because then the joke dies quickly. It's like copper cab. In fact, I'd argue Trisha Paytas is just the more successful copper cab. I also want to quickly point out, I'm almost certain at one point Trisha Paytas identified as a chicken nugget. I'm not entirely sure what the pronouns are for somebody that does that, but hopefully that opens your eyes to understand just how much of a troll she is. With all the drama she has been involved in, with all the rather disgusting incidents under the guise of empowerment, it's understandable people don't like the fact that somebody like Trisha Paytas pays what some consider to be lip service to a legitimate movement. However, you may want to exercise a little patience instead of getting angry when she says something. Watch to see how events play out with a calmer mind, because for all we know this could go very quickly and disappear very soon. And if it doesn't, and she goes through with anything, who do you have to blame for insulting her for what she might well be? Said with a considerable edge of skepticism. I know many of you have gone reductive ad absurdum and said, when's she getting a penis? Well, that I'm sure you could ask her. As a final thing, an update to this, Trisha Paytas issued an apology. Now, she has issued over the years many apologies, but she did make a few interesting little indicating points about offending or offence taken by members of the community. And then I remembered all the profiles I went and looked at and realised a significant chunk were not a part of that community at all. They were the almost cliché straight, white, middle-class, privileged person. Lol. For those who took offence at Trisha Paytas, grow up. She's a troll. Grow a spine. Grow a thicker skin. She was causing no actual harm. She just articulated herself and showed why she is low-functioning. But she's still successful, honestly. I watched those videos of hers, and the ads, there were so many of them.